Hey, what's up everybody? It's Sir Mr. Clean and we're back with another unboxing. This time, an expansion to the Hero Quest game system called Jungles of Delthrak. Brand new. I mean, within the last year, brand new. Completely brand new to me. I have yet to see what this box holds. But if you saw our previous video, we had unboxed the Hero Quest First Light game system, which is basically the Hero Quest game system, just without as many miniatures. So it's a cheaper, more cost-effective version of the game. It's a fully playable game, 10 unique quests. It just doesn't have all the miniatures. So they were able to bring the price down to $50 instead of $120, $130 for the main game system. This is an expansion to Hero Quest. When the game originally came out back in the, I want to say late 80s, early 90s. I want to say it was like around 90, 91, something like that is when Hero Quest came out. There were two expansions for the game, Keller's Keep and Return of the Witch Lord. And that was it. And then, you know, a few years back, Hasbro and Avalon Hill got together and decided to completely rebuild the game, re-release the game in basically its original form, but updated minis, updated art, stuff like that. And then they've since released a whole bunch of quest packs. Like, I want to say like 8 additional quest packs in addition to the original 2. So I think there's like 10, maybe more. Joe Magniello, I think, even released a quest pack that was, I believe, designed partially by him. You're somehow involved in it. So I'm very interested to see what that's like. Anyway, I have the original game back from the early 90s. I now have Hero Quest First Light, and now I have Jungles of Delthrak. And we're going to eventually own all of them. So yeah, let's take a look and see what this actually entails. Jungles of Delthrak Quest Pack. Expand your Hero Quest game system. Requires the Hero Quest game system to play. Sold separately. I hear that there are 2 new heroes in this game, which means that you have 6 heroes to choose from. So I'm very excited to see what this is all about. Alrighty then. First thing we're seeing are new tiles. My guess is that some of these are decoration, and some of these might be some sort of traps. So if you look at this, it's very jungle themed. There are some snakes up here, some vipers. We got some spiders. We got some centipedes, it looks like. Maybe a centipede of some kind. And then a whole bunch of different overlay tiles. Additional overlay tiles. It looks like a rope bridge. Some skulls, some glowing skulls. And a few other... so one looks like a dwarf. The other ones looks like webbed something. So that's pretty cool. Lots of new stuff to put on our board to make it look really cool. Here is our quest book. There are, I believe, 14 quests in this pack. Let me just double check here. Conclusion. 16, sorry, 16. There are 16 quests in this. This was only like 30 bucks. So 16 additional quests for 30 bucks. To me, seems like a really good value. All right, so now we have a whole bunch of minis. So I'm gonna pull out a couple of these just to look at here. We've got like basically what looks like a velociraptor. We've got a green one, and it looks like there's also a red one in here. I'm not sure if that means that one of these gets to be a companion, because the red minis are typically the heroes of the game. So maybe we get one as a hero. And then there's the different heroes. So there's this, it looks like a dwarf with an axe. I wonder if that is the explorer, and then there's also a berserker. So there's a whole new mini is a berserker. Kind of looks like a barbarian. And I'm actually curious now if there are 2 of each, so that you can actually just play the game with 2 berserkers and 2 explorers. I think that maybe that's what that's for. There's also this, which looks like a little... I don't know what that is. A little marmot? Some type of deal? Then there's like this swamp thing looking guy. Kind of looks like Swamp Thing. That's pretty rad. And then there's looks like there's little goblins, and they look different than the goblins from the base game. Yeah, they got the little goblins, and they have boomerangs. The detail on these is fantastic. And then there's these like crystals jutting up out of the ground. That's pretty cool. Crystals jutting up out of the ground, and then what are these? These look like some sort of a platform surrounded by some rocks. And then we have a whole bunch of cards. Is there anything underneath here? Oh my goodness. Okay, so that is just one set of minis, plus a bunch of cards, which are probably like the monster cards. But then there's a whole nother thing of minis. There is a giant gorilla. And they apparently have... this is new to the re-released version of Hero Quest. But the characters can take up more than one space on the board. So this guy takes up 2 spaces on the board and basically can't attack anything touching it adjacent. And then there's this giant snake, also takes up 2 spaces on the board. This giant snake. And, oh, this is gross, dude. A giant spider. Wow. And then there's some, looks like some skeleton archers, a few pieces of scenery. Like this is like a treasure chest with like a picture frame and a vase. And then there's like a statue. It's a pretty cool looking statue. Wow. That is quite the additional minis for only... I think I bought this on Amazon for like under $30. And then, of course, the cards. I'm going to go ahead and just unstrap these guys. The cards, I'm guessing they are the monster cards. So we can go through the monsters real quick. We know exactly what they are. Okay, so we have our Berserker, which is the new class. There's 2 different ones. There's a male and a female, and it looks like, yeah, you could probably just play with both of them. Enrage, which I'm guessing is some sort of a deal for the Berserker. Retaliation and Frenzy. So there's 3 Berserker skills. They basically act very similar to Magic, where you can use once per quest, just like Magic. Explorer, there's 2 different Explorer cards for the 2 different ones. Trapsmith, Danger Sense, and Treasure Hunter. Again, skills that can be used once per quest. And then, yeah, we have Raptor, Saberfang. That's what that is. Huh, I wonder why it's red. Hold on. These are special. So there's the Raptor and the Saberfang, which I think might be pets. Yeah, these are animal allies. They're bonded to one hero and take their turn immediately following the turn. So we have we've this quest this quest pack is introducing pets, which is pretty crazy, honestly. Like, this game is just getting wilder and wilder. I love it. Okay, so here are the actual enemies. We have the Blight Crawler, which is the big old spider. The Blight Weaver, which is like a kind of a undead sorcerer. We have a giant ape, goblin archers, raptor, serpents, skeleton archers, skull blights. Those are the swamp thing looking things. And spawnlings. Some additional potions here. Some additional, let's see, spider step elixir, potion of serpent's blood, ember rot, something or other, sapphire skull, bracers of the wild, girdle of might. There's quite a few. And then it looks like there's additional dread spells for Zargon as well. So that's the one thing in the last video, I had said, oh, they introduced a new class of spell, but the dread spells are the bad guy spells. They are Zargon spells. And I had forgotten that. All right. Well, very, very cool. I am excited to hop in and start playing this game again. What does this scan thing say? It says to download the Hero Quest Companion app. Oh, so Hero Quest Companion app, I did download it and check it out. It's very cool. It allows you to use the app as Zargon, so that if you wanted to play with another player, you can use the app, and it actually has maps, and as you go to each room, it will uncover what's in each of the rooms. You should, though, even though you're playing with you're playing with the app, you should probably have one person designated as like the helper, the person who's looking at the app. It'll keep most of it from you, but there's certain things like, you know, traps and stuff like that, that once you uncover a room, you're going to see the traps. Like, there's just no way around it. So unless you want to have everybody share in that, you probably don't want to do that. But the app's cool. It's going to be helpful. It has all the expansions in it, so you can select which map packs you're playing and which maps within each map pack you're playing. So yeah, this is pretty fantastic. This is a whole new 16 quests. So now between the two, I've got 26 quests. Each one's probably about 2 hours. So that's a good 52 hours of gaming for, I've spent $80 so far. So that's not too bad. And then if you think about every 30, 40, 50, depending on the size of the expansion, every $30 to $50 you spend, you're going to get another 30, probably 30 plus hours out of it. So overall, I think it's pretty good value. So that is it, guys. Jungles of Delthrak. I'm very excited to hop in and check it out. Check out the new classes. Check out the pets. Check out the new skills. Check out the new enemies. And a whole new adventure awaits us. So very, very cool stuff. Well, thank you guys for checking out the video today. Hope you liked it. Hope you decide whether or not you're going to pick up Hero Quest. I highly encourage you, if you like just kind of dungeon crawler, D&D light type games, something that you can get a lot of friends into without a lot of knowledge, because it's pretty easy to play, super easy to play. I would highly recommend it. So yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming and checking us out. Like, follow, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And we'll see you in the next video.